स्टार्ट है लगी वॉशरूम
सीधी का क्या मतलब है? सिंधी मतलब खाना से मॉर्निंग का खाना सकाळचं सिंधी मतलब तभी ठीक है
Okay, done? Done? See, guys, as of now, create a personal account. Create a personal account, Chetan. Okay, done. So as of now, we have just created it. So once after creating, don't you think I should access it? Correct? I should be going to that machine, I should access it? Yes or no? So what I will do is, let me just click on this instance. Okay, so when you click on this instance, it will take you to that instance specification page. Okay, so what I will do here is, one second, let me open a notepad. New, okay, text. Okay, AWS is 2021. Okay, done, done. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what information I need? Okay, so when you go to your instance, you will have something called as public IP and private IP. Okay, what you have? Public IP and private IP. So using this public IP, anybody can access to your system. Okay, so if they have public IP, user ID and password, anybody can connect. Okay, since I want to connect my system to this, I'll have to access private IP or public IP. Which IP I should access? Can I use private IP here? Private IP will not entertain any accessing. Okay, you cannot access. It is like your system. Okay, it is like your local system. In your physical computers, you will not have something called as public IP. It is configured for your personal use. Okay, you will have only the private IP address. Okay, so whereas this is, we are trying to access this via internet, you'll have both public IP and private IP. Okay, so let me copy this public IP address. Okay, so let me give public IP. Okay, paste it. This is one details what you need. Okay, how you will be connecting. Okay, done. So all these details, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about all these details. I'll come to that later. Okay, let me hit on connect. Okay, I have got the IP address. Now I want to connect. Okay, now I want to connect. So now Windows, if you are using Windows system, you have something called as RDP. What is this RDP? Any idea? What is this RDP? Have you used any time? Have you used RDP anytime? RDP client in the sense remote desktop connection. Okay? Yes. Yes. From your system, you are trying to access the desktop of another system. Okay? So since we are using Windows, we have RDP client option. If you are using Linux, then you have to install a separate third-party tool called as PuTTY. Okay? So since we are using Windows, I have easy connection. Okay? Now, so here it is asking you download remote desktop file. Okay, download this. Okay, it is a RDP client file. Okay, RDP client file. If you just double click on this, it will take you to that RDP. Okay, now I know the username. Copy the username. Okay, this is your username. Paste it. Okay, this is my username. I want the password. Okay, how do I get the password? So you have a link called as get password. Just click on this link. Okay, just click on this link. Now, are you able to see the key pair associated with this instances SDET 20, 21? Are you able to see the key pair? It is also telling you for your instance what is the key pair you should get. Okay, so if you have this key pair with you, any number of time you can regenerate the password. No problem. Okay, so let me browse the key pair. Go to browse. Okay, go to browse. I think I'll have it in downloads. Okay, so are you able to see? The name of my key pair is what? The name of my key pair is what? SDET 2021. Okay, let me scroll down. SDET 2021. Open it. Okay, open it. So you got the key pair. Don't worry about all these things. Don't worry about all these things. It is already encrypted. So since it is encrypted, you should decrypt your password. Okay, so just click on password decryption. You will get the password here. Copy the password. Okay, copy the password. Password, paste it. Job is done. So what all you got? What all you got? First you got the remote desktop RDP file. Okay, then you have username, then you have password. Is this enough to log into my machine? Is this enough? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, this is more than enough. Okay, let me save it. Let me save it. Minimize it. Okay, minimize everything. Now you don't need anything. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, let me go to downloads. Let me go to downloads. Let me go to downloads. So here, are you able to see? How do you get to know that this particular RDP client is for your system only? I mean, is for your machine only? See, I have so many RDPs, right? See, where is it? See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So many RDPs I have. How do I get to know it is mine? Or it is the RDP for recent connection? Okay, see here, if you look at it, you note down the public IP address. Okay, 18.191.253.20. No, it might be. Okay, anytime you download, it might not be in the recent file also. Okay, so what you should check here is check your IP address 18.191.253.20. Go here, check it. EC2 hyphen. This is your machine name. Okay, 18, 191, 253, 20. So is it matching? Is it matching? Yes. So that means this is your RDP client or this is your RDP file to open this particular machine. Okay. So just double click on this. Nothing doing, just double click. Okay. So you can see remote desktop connection has been launched. What is the computer name? And it is asking you to connect. Okay. Let me enter connect. Otherwise, what you can do is you can go to your remote desktop connection in your system, enter the public IP address, provide your credentials. Even that is possible. Okay. So let me, what is the password? This is my password. Copy and paste. Okay. Okay, it will give you a warning. Just say yes. Okay, just wait for 2 minutes. It will launch the browser. I mean, it will launch the machine. Okay, wait for 2 minutes. See, are you able to see? Is this my actual system? Is this my actual system? No. See, this is my actual system. This is my virtual machine. It looks exactly same like your system, guys. Yes, fully VM. It looks exactly like your physical system only. The way how you use desktop. I mean, your physical machine. The same way it will be there, but it will not have any physical existence. Okay. See, I take care of my laptop. I can lift it. I can take it anywhere. Clear. So if you have the internet, through internet you can access this. The working, the folders, everything remains what? Same. See, I'm able to refresh. Top right corner, if you see, it is telling you. Okay. So what is the host name? What is the instance ID? What is your public IP? What is your private IP? What is your instance size? T2.micro. Okay. Availability zone. Architecture, total memory. Okay, we opted for 1 GB, right? So what does 1 GB mean? 1024 MB. Correct. Network performance. So entire details of this machine is present here. Are you able to see this? It is clear how to create a machine. Now, suppose I don't want to use this. Okay, I'm done using this. So how do I do it? Okay, so just if you just click on C, you can minimize, you can use your local system. If you want to do anything here, you can go here. Okay, run it. If you are done, you can terminate. Okay, your remote desktop connection will be disconnected. Okay, okay, clear, simple. You are trying to access the entire system via internet. Okay, so let me paste the password.
क्रेडिट कार्ड का फुटेज ला
How many times you want, you can log in. How many times you want to log out, you can log out. It is just your physical machine, normal physical machine, but it does not have any physical access. Okay, it does not have any physical access.
क्रेडिट कार्ड कहाँ से आया
Point is clear?
क्रेडिट कार्ड नहीं
Everybody?
है
And remember, even though if you forget the password, no problem. Okay, so you should have that PEM file. If you have that PEM file, you can generate this password 100 times. Okay, you can generate the password 100 times. No doubt I can password. See, for example, I have one resume. Let me copy. Okay, I'll go here. I'll go here. Okay, this is my file configuration. See, I have desktop, documents, downloads, and pictures. Okay, so what I will do is I'll go to documents. Okay, I'll go to documents, I'll paste it. See, got it? I know it will not open properly because I don't have tools to open this file. Clear, whatever the default profiles you have, it will open that. Are you able to see? You can copy from here to there. Yeah, office is not there, that's why it won't open properly. But anyways, the data transfer, you can do it. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let me delete this. Okay, now I'm very clear. Okay, so done. Now, this is about creating a machine. Okay, till here, anybody having any doubts? See, default browser I have is what? Internet Explorer. Okay, this is my default browser. This is my default browser, and this is my memory. Okay, what is the OS here? Can you tell me what OS it is? It is having
Ubuntu.
Windows. Which OS it has? It has Windows 10, right? If you see the icons only, you will get to know. So this is my Windows 10 OS. Okay. So what all it has? It is providing you. Yeah, home version. Okay. Point is clear. How to create a machine? Done. Now, if I want to use, I'll tell you what is Selenium Grid. Everything I'll tell you later. But if I want to use Selenium Grid in my local machine, okay, in this machine, if I want to launch in this machine, then what all necessary things I should have? Okay, so first, okay, till now any doubts? Till here any doubts? Till here any doubts? At least are you able to correlate, okay, how your machine looks like? Even see guys, you might be thinking, okay, AWS is a very huge thing, I don't know what is it, that, this and all. But so today after this session, compute, creating an account is easy. At the same time, running a virtual machine is also easy. Yes or no? It is pretty simple. That's all. Even your DevOps will do the same thing. Okay. See, now, if I want to have anything, for example, I want a browser, okay? You want a Chrome, you want Firefox, you put everything, no problem. You download everything here, okay? You download and put it here. It will work fine, okay? So you want any others, but be careful with the memory, okay? It has only 1 GB memory, that's it, okay? You cannot load much more data here. Point is clear? I give you 2 minutes of time. Just write down what did you understand.
इतना सारा डाटा कहाँ से राइट डाउन करें?
वहाँ जी मेमोरी तो है।
नींद आ रहा है ना? शुरू हो तो पता ना।
शुरू हो गया।
हो गया क्या?
Machine. I'll tell you what is basically a grid. I know you people
गया ना आवाज गया?
will have no idea on that. Okay, I know. Okay, but if I want to use anything here, anything I want to use here, then I want, okay, I want my JDK installed, I want my browser installed, okay, and I need my
बीच में रुक रुक के बोल रही है।
yes. Okay, I have to have some changes. So if you go to your instance summary, okay, so you have security.
बैठोगे इधर?
if you go to this instance summary, you have something called as security. So just click on the security. See, the images I have provided the notes. Okay, you need to worry about that. Okay, but I'm just showing you how you can add. So go to rules. Okay. So scroll down. You will be having the option here only to edit. Okay. Go to security groups. Okay. So here you my voice is
क्या हो रहा
now
है
it
यार?
is fine. I just got a call. Probably network got disconnected. Now it is fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is fine. Okay. Once in a while. Okay. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. Go for mute. Okay. Done. See, I went to. Let me show that again. EC2. Okay. Instances. Click on your instance. Okay. So come down. So you have details of the instance. Click on security. Okay. Click on security. So you have something called as security groups. Okay. Click on security groups. So here you have inbound and outbound rules. Okay. Click on inbound rules. Okay. So you will be already having one rule for RDP. Okay. Go to edit. Go to edit. Add one more rule. Okay. Add one more rule for all TCP. Okay. So choose the default. Okay. Add a rule for I think all traffic. Okay. So in the notes I have provided you in detail. Okay. Go through that notes. Okay. Done. Save the rules. Okay. Save the rules. Okay. Done. Okay. And okay, fine. Okay, done. So this point is clear. How do you add a rule? See, I added all TCP, I added all traffic. Okay, you can also add custom TCP. Okay, so what I will do is add a rule, custom TCP, choose the default. Okay, add rule. Okay, done. That's all. Okay, save your rules. Okay, choose the mandatory. Save the rules. Appear multiple times. Go back.
चल
Okay.
क्या रहा है?
So let me delete one. Okay, done. Okay, done. So this is one additional step you should make if you are using this in a, if you want to use this for Selenium Grid. Okay, because I want to connect external resources to this particular PC, to this particular virtual machine. I want to connect external resources and it has to allow me to access. Okay, that is why I should set a inbound rule. That means you are trying to, pass the incoming data. You are trying to open the doors for all incoming data. This point is clear, everybody? Yes or no? Are you feeling it too much?
Sleepy.
Are you feeling it too much? Yes. 1 second, I'll come there.
Yes, sir. Sir. कोई बोल रहा है yes, sir. सर थोड़ी बोल रहे हैं.
वो हेलुसिनेशन में है भाई.
Hallucination.
नींद आ रही है.
Hallucination.
हेलुसिनेशन.
This is your instances. Okay. Click on your instance. Okay. So when you click on your instance, it will give you a summary, instant summary. Summary in the sense what? What all you have in this particular instance, right? So So just scroll down, you have details. Okay, by default it will be in the details. I'm not worried about my details. Okay,
Start.
just click on security. Click on security. Okay, so here you have something called as security groups. Okay, click on the security groups. Okay, so here you can set the inbound and outbound rules. I'm not bothered about outbound as of now. I'm just bothered about inbound rules. So in inbound rules, what you will do is just go edit inbound rules. No voice. Guys, am I not audible?
Completely.
Am I not audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, audible.
Audible, audible. Okay, okay. Please, Harish, please, you can check your internet. Okay,
कौन है भाई हरीश?
done. So here what you will do is just scroll down, add a rule. That's it. Okay, add rule. So here you select in the notes, detailed notes I have provided what all rules you should add. Let's say I want to add UDP. Okay, add a rule. By default, it will take the ports. Okay, don't worry about anything. Just go here, click on the 00. Okay, done. Okay, that's it. How do you add a rule? Once after it is added, just save the rules. Okay, just save the rules, nothing else. See, it will give you how many rules you have added. Okay, so don't worry about all these things. TCP, IP, UDP, these are all protocols, okay, networking protocols, which we make use of, okay. So I think theoretically, I can say these are all communication protocols, okay. So we don't actually go very deep in this. So if you want to communicate, you should have all these things. Okay, so TCP is transmission control protocol, IP is internet protocol. Okay, like this, these are all communication protocols, network protocols. Okay, if you have done EC engineering, then you will be having a brief idea on this. Okay, EC or TC, if you have done, you will be having a brief idea. Okay, no worries, don't worry about all these things. It's all theoretical view. Okay, if I want to communicate with some server, I should have this protocol enabled.
कौन है भाई हरीश?
Okay,
हरीश कौन है?
done. Now,
सुरेश.
now, see, this is my instance, right? See, SDAT 2021 is my instance. How do I stop this? Okay, right click on this. Okay, right click on this. You have an option called as stop instance. Okay, so this will do what? Just stop your instance as of now. Okay, just stop it. Okay, it is stopping. Okay, so it will take some 2 seconds of time to stop. So if you stop, okay, what happens, you will not be able to access it. Let me show. See, your network administrator might have ended the connection. Done, because you are stopping the instance. So if you want to access the instance, always remember your server should be up and running. Okay, so your instance should be running. Okay, so now I have stopped. See, if your instance is present and you have stopped it, still you can be billed. Okay, you can be billed for this. Okay, so that is why what you have to do once after your work is done, once everything is done, because we are doing a practice purpose, right? We are not paying anything. We don't want to pay, first of all. It is a practice purpose. So what you have to do once after your work is done, right click, terminate the instance. See, default action to reboot, delete when the instance is terminated. Okay, everything will be lost. Just terminate it. Okay, so it is completely shutting down. You cannot re-access again. If you want it, you have to reuse it. I mean, you have to recreate it. Okay, you cannot this one. You cannot do anything. Okay, once you terminate it. So once your usage is done, because you are practicing, you can just terminate the instance. If you terminate this instance, for this particular instance, no cost will be, I mean, you need not have to pay any cost for that. Even if you stop and your subscription period is over, then you have to pay. Okay, but if you terminate, No need to pay. Okay, no billing will happen for your terminated instance. Point is clear how to create. Okay, so while logging out also, okay, so this is my account. Okay, somewhere you have deactivate account, deactivate settings. Okay, I don't know the username and password for this. It is auto saved in my system, so you can just go, right click on this. I mean, click on this and check for the account deactivation. Okay, if you're done. Otherwise, if you don't have any terminal, any instances here also, you will not be billed for that. Okay, so once your job is done, for example, I have been practicing Selenium Grid for 3 days. Okay, after 3 days, I'm feeling confident about it. You don't need it, right? Just terminate it. Simple. If you terminate, you will not be billed. Point is clear? Yes.
12 month free है ना?
Okay, done. So now I have terminated this instance. Okay, I am not at all concerned with that instance now. It was an instance that I have created for your batch. So I have already created an instance for Selenium Grid. Okay, so let me start running this. Let me start that instance. See, okay. Before getting into the actual grid concepts, let me tell you a basic, very very basic ideology behind Selenium Grid. Okay, no doubt I will discuss everything in detail. So let me tell you a basic ideology. Okay, so what happens? Let's say I have 10,000 test scripts. Okay, I have 10,000 test scripts, and it was obvious that for all the 10,000 scripts I have to launch the browser. Correct? Can I launch the browser only once and can I run 10,000 scripts in that only? Login, logout, login, logout. Will it work in that fashion? Yes or no? No. Every test case should be independent. Independent in the sense what? For every test case, I should open the browser, I should log into the application. Once after my test case is executed, I should come out of, or I should log out of the application. I should close my browser. Agree? This is my routine. This is the procedure how I should create or run my test scripts. Now let's say you have 10,000 scripts. Okay, in your system, you have 10,000 scripts. You want to run it. Okay. What you will do here is, in order to execute that, 6,000 or 10,000 scripts, you need at least 8 to 10 hours. At least 8 hours you need. Correct. You need at least 8 hours. Correct. So what you will do, you will run your script in the local machine. What you will do? You will run your script in local machine. So 10 or 8 hours, can you touch your PC? Can you do any other work in this PC? Can you do any other work?
No, not at all.
Can you do any other work? Not at all. Okay. Meanwhile, 2 hours has been done with your execution. Now the manager will come and give you another task. He'll tell you, I want the Jira updates right now. Okay, what will you tell him? Sir, execution is happening. I cannot touch my PC. Can you
Not
tell
at
it
all.
that?
Not at all.
He will tell you have,
We are sitting
you are
at
a
it.
test engineer 10 years back. Okay, so that is why what we do is, no doubt I have Eclipse in my local system. No doubt I have the relevant framework in my local system. Okay, but I will launch the browser in my external machine, okay, or in my remote machine. Okay, that remote machine can be anybody, can be any PC. Okay, it might be a PC of my colleague sitting just next to me, or it can be any virtual machine. Okay, in your AWS or in your Azure, in your cloud, it can be any machine. It can be a PC of your friend. Okay, so this is apart from launching the browser in your local system, you are trying to launch it in a remote system. That is the reason why we go for Selenium Grid. Clear? It is very interesting, guys. You write code here, you write everything here, you launch all your coding will be done here, your framework will be done here, it will be here in your system, local system. But the execution is taking place where? In some other PC. Okay, so that you can just run your script and start doing your work. No need to wait for the execution, no need to spend time on the execution. And in this, okay, in this, as I discussed, if you take why I go for virtual machines when I'm using Selenium Grid is, as I said, every day you will be running your regression suite. Correct? You will be running your smoke suite, you will be running your regression suite. So every day it is a routine for you. Every time you get a build, you will have to run the same story, same song, everything you have to run. Okay, imagine your PC ka halat when you run 10,000, when you open your browser 10,000 times. Will it survive? One fine day it will say goodbye and it will crash. Yes or no? It will just crash. So what I will do is I will go to my, I will create my AWS account. I'll go for cloud. I'll create a machine there. Okay. So depending on my requirement, okay, I will upgrade or I will scale up that machine, and I will keep that machine only to run my script, only to execute. Okay, so no problem. And I'll access it via RDP. So I can check what is happening in that machine also. I can go, I can work in my local system also. Isn't it interesting? Yes or no? Isn't it interesting? Yes. Understanding the point, why I told you AWS before going for Selenium Grid. Okay, so yes or no? Reply, guys.
Yes.
Am I audible first of all?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
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 Okay. Okay. Fine. Yes. So any doubt in terminating the instance or stopping the instance?
No.
Any
तो
doubts?
पहले क्रिएट कैसे करेंगे क्या मगे साइन अप में कहाँ है साइन अप
AWS site.
ऐसा अंगल
How
नाम
do
से
I connect? Tell me, how do I connect?
जस्ट क्लिक
How do I connect to that instance which is already created?
Click on that name, give the administrator password.
How do I connect?
डबल क्लिक ऑन
IP user password. First, I need RDP client. Are you able to see my instance name?
यस मैम
Selenium Grid. Go check here. What is your instance name? Selenium Grid. Okay. I'll go here. I will just double click on this. Okay. And it is asking me to connect. I will just hit on connect.
उसको कैसे करेंगे यार उसको इंस्टॉल
ताजा थिंडी
करना क्या चाहते हो?
आज अमेजन ने अपना बेस इतना बना दिया कि हम उसके बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं। अमेजन के बारे में आज अमेजन ने अपना लेवल इस तरह बना दिया कि हम अभी अमेजन के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं।
AWS अमेजन है
Just a
ना?
moment. Okay. I think that RDP client has expired. Is it the same machine? 18.1. No, this is not the same machine.
तो RDBS ने तो टर्मिनेट कर लेना।
Hmm.
अपन क्या में दो?
Okay, 1 second, guys.
हम तो उसको टर्मिनेट किए ना RDB क्लाइंट को
I'm
जो,
trying to get the password.
तो फिर कैसे करेंगे? हाँ?
Okay, decrypt the password.
तो टर्मिनेट तो किया, अभी कैसे करेंगे उसको फिर
Copy.
दोबारा?
रिकॉर्डिंग देखेंगे उसके बाद।
Connect.
रिकॉर्डिंग।
Okay, let me paste it.
एक की भर हमारा एक
Okay.
ही रिकॉर्डिंग।
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay. See, this is my EC2 machine that I have already created for the purpose of Selenium Grid. So everything remains same. Okay. So I have added few necessary requirements. Okay. See, for example, I said I'll be launching the browser here. So I have added few, driver executable files, Chrome driver, Geeko driver. Okay. So there was nothing here. I have only IE drivers. So I have installed Firefox. The password has expired. Okay, let it be. You can, if you have a PEM file now, guys, you can generate your password 100 times, no problem. Okay. Now, so what I will do is, let me go here. One second.
उठ जा भाई, उठ जा, नींद में क्यों है? नहीं भाई, नहीं सोया।
Okay, so you can see here, I have also downloaded the JDK. Check in. Okay, you can see. So no need to set the path, just like how you did in your local system. No need to set the path, no need to set the environment variables, but it should be present in your system. Okay, it should be present. So just download and keep that JDK, it is fine. Okay, so these are the basic requirements what I need if I want to run Selenium Grid in this particular virtual machine. Point is clear?
डेडिकेट
ज़्यादा ठंड नहीं लग रही है आज?
No, not required. Eclipse also not required. Everything is in my local system. You just need Selenium server, driver files, browser. Okay? Because I'm running a Java command, I want JDK. That's all. No Eclipse. Do you find Eclipse here? No, not required. Okay? Fine. So we'll see Selenium Grid post lunch. Just a minute.
अभी भी कर देते हैं।
रख तेरे पास
मैम डू इट राइट नाउ।